Hello YouTube, welcome back. If you're watching this, I hope it's because you subscribed and you're getting a new video. It's a little bit chilly out here in the porch right now, so I got the propane running, heating the place up a little bit. Does a pretty good job. And for anybody that wants to try this at home, I'll let you know. Make sure you get a carbon monoxide detector on the wall. That way when it gets too much carbon monoxide buildup, it'll send an alarm to tell you to move to fresh air or roll up the door. Today's project is making a sheath out of Kydex for a knife that I made. Tiny little box opener. Somebody can take to work and cut open cardboard boxes and packages and whatnot when they receive them. Let's see, here's what we've got. 2 small pieces of Kydex. This is my Kydex press that I made. Easy enough, cheap. And here's a little box cutter. Hello. There we go. Anyway, here's a little box cutter that I made. 10 little pins, handle, but it's comfortable. Fits in the hand. Got little finger grooves. I'll show you the knife when I'm done with everything. But that's what we're gonna do. So I got my heat gun out, and we're gonna heat this stuff up so it's pliable and press it together, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Alright, so I heated up the Kydex. I didn't bother showing you that because it's a little bit of a boring step. But I had the knife in the middle, and I've got it clamped down. We're going to let the knife sit in there for about 10 minutes or so because I want the Kydex to cure to the shape. If you don't have a heat gun, you can go pick up a Proctor Silex, I guess, hot plate from your local Kroger or Meijer or whatever. They're not very expensive, maybe $30. But some tips I learned: if you're going to use a griddle, you want the griddle temperature to be about 340. And you're going to heat the Kydex till it gets to about 290 degrees. Alright, so the Kydex is done. The blade is neatly wrapped in Kydex. Both sides, nice pressure fit. And from there, what I'm going to do is trace an outline around the outside of it. I'm going to cut it with the table saw, or band saw, and then I'm going to mark some holes and drill a couple holes. And I don't know if I want to use eyelets or Chicago bolts for this one. Chicago bolts are a little bit expensive, and this is just a cheap little box knife, so I might just use eyelets on it. So that is going to be the next step in the process. Alright, so now we've got our bandsaw set up. I'm going to ask that you ignore the beeping in the background. That's the carbon monoxide tester going off that I told you guys about earlier. So I have the forge shut off, I have the garage doors open, so I'm not breathing in any toxic fumes or gases. And we're going to cut this little outline that I've drawn on with a pencil. Let's see, you can't, well, yeah, you can see it a little bit. I'm going to cut this out real quick. So this is somewhat the design we're going with. And I left all this extra space for when I put the eyelets around it, just to help hold it together. I mean, it's got a really good seal from being in the Kydex press, so we'll go from there. Now I want to do some sanding. This is my tiny little 1x30 belt sander that I bought a long time ago that I've been using for my processes. But I'm going to clean up the edges and refine the shape just a little bit more because it's got rough spots on it and whatnot. So Bear with me. Alright, so that's a little more refined, which is better. And again, it's still got a nice solid contact in there. It's sealed really well. And then I'll mark a couple spots where I want to put my eyelets, and I will put those in. Gotta drill a couple holes first and then get some other equipment out, but I'll get to that. You know, it's funny, I thought about it. After I shut the forge off and everything, I didn't have any music going. I need to fix that, so I turned on the stereo. Alright, this drill bit here has a point on the end of it. I can't remember the exact name of this bit, but this is really good. Just take your time and drill through slow, because you don't want to separate the Kydex while you're drilling. Just apply a light pressure to it, and it goes right through. Reminds me of a video I saw the other day. A guy was using a drill press and it did that with the blade in it. So hold on to it. You know, and I do appreciate you guys for subscribing. This is a new venture for me, putting this out there. You know, the bladesmithing itself isn't new, but doing a YouTube channel is, so I'm still learning, and I appreciate your patience. And that's how you destroy a handle scale. You got to make it big enough to lay flat, and there you have it. So that's going to end this episode on a little bit of a disappointment. Guess I'm going to have to go bigger next time, but glad I have plenty of stock in Kydex in a little cardboard box in the corner. But thanks, YouTube. Appreciate it. If you guys are seeing me for the first time, hit subscribe to see more. And we'll see where this goes. Take care.